Welcome back folks, so now that the dust is settling a bit, I wanted to talk more about The Witcher 4, including some new info that I didn't manage to get in my previous coverage, as in crazy situations like these, some stuff tends to be overlooked. First off, we have the name for the monster in the trailer, as it's been pointed out by one of the viewers, and that's Bauk. This has been confirmed also by the developers in another IGN interview. In the Serbian mythology, the Bauk was kind of a boogeyman, something that lurks in the dark. Many of the monsters and creatures in The Witcher are inspired by the various European mythologies. The Bauk is a very good example because it's from Serbian mythology, but we also have monsters inspired by Norse, Celtic and Slavic mythology. The monster itself will be able to smell your fear, play with traumas, which Ciri has plenty, and paralyze you. It's nice to see that Bauk has made it into the game, and yes, it does come from Serbian mythology. Even here in Bosnia, older people used to scare us kids from doing something stupid. With Bauk will get you or eat you, I mean, fun times. Now they also spoke about the message in the trailer and what that woman called Mioni was doing there in the first place. A lot of Witcher stories are centered around themes that recur. For example, a grain of truth, which is largely a subversion of Beauty and the Beast. It is the story in which Geralt lifts the curse from Nivellen, a man who has been cursed, who lives in a manor in his forest on his own. The events of the story tells us that there is a grain of truth in every fairy tale, which becomes a motif through The Witcher. With Lesser Evil, which again is just a version or reimagining of Snow White, this is the story in which Geralt becomes the Butcher of Blaviken. And in that he is faced with a choice to which there is no correct answer. This again becomes absolutely fundamental to the Witcher world as a theme that comes up over and over. Anyone who's played The Witcher 3 will be familiar with the fact that there are often no strictly right answers. I mean, as I said in my previous video, those villagers are not going to have a good time after what they did. I mean, Geralt wouldn't let it slide, nevertheless Ciri. Speaking of Geralt, they were asked if he will be in The Witcher 4, and Cian gave a bit of a cryptic, funny answer, but in the end he mentions that we shall see in what capacity he will be there, but he doesn't think Geralt is going anywhere. And that would make sense, you know, last thing I want is for the classic, hey, you killed my Geralt, now I want to avenge you. But I think Geralt might still be her mentor. With it, I don't see a reason we won't see Yennefer maybe as well. But we are in luck because it was confirmed that Geralt of Rivia is in The Witcher 4, as stated also by the CEO of the company. But of course right now we don't know in which capacity Geralt is going to be in the game, but I think most likely and most certainly he's going to be a mentor. Because again, I was really afraid that they're going to do a revenge story, and to be honest, I have had enough of the usual revenge stories where the mentor dies. But I mean, someone had to help Ciri go through the Trial of Grasses, being that yes, now it's confirmed she did fully go through it. But at the same time, I think last thing Geralt would want for Ciri is to do that. So maybe there was someone else assisting, but we also have to ask ourselves, why would you do that? Did her powers disappear before that? Did we have the White Frost? Did we have another conjunction of spheres? Maybe during the trial powers disappeared, but that again wouldn't make sense, being that who would like to nerf themselves potentially? And I mean, I won't lie, comments in the previous video were definitely colorful, but it seems to me right now some people are fully for it while some don't want to play as Ciri. Look, I definitely expected, you know, CDPR to get some backlash for it, being that, well, we have a new protagonist, then you have to weave the lore into all of that to make sense. I think a lot of people are seeing a lot of uncertainty right now with where this is going, and maybe that's why they think that way. For me personally, this is okay. I mean, you could go with another predefined character or make your own Witcher type game, but it seems CDPR wants a really tight storytelling that continues that story naturally with her, rather than coming up with new Witchers that we would have to get to know and like we did with the previous characters. If you ever ask me, my dream Witcher game is with young Vesemir touring the world during the prime Witcher days. Imagine experiencing the burning of Kaer Morhen in the end of that game. It would be phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, look, I like Ciri. I mean, besides Geralt of Rivia, she is the part of the main story. If you ask Sapkowski, she is an even more prominent character in some cases in the books than Geralt. I also saw some funny comments regarding the face model. I mean, she looks like an older woman. Face morphs as you get older. Not much, but it does. She's not a young woman anymore. And on top of that, CDPR trailers and the final game phase never look too similar. Of course, now with the better graphical fidelity you can streamline the model so it's the same or very similar across cinematics and gameplay, but we don't have gameplay yet and we won't have it for a while, so we have to wait for that. And Geralt went through various changes from The Witcher 1 to 3. I mean, you right now have people who like The Witcher 1 Geralt's face more than they do in The Witcher 3, being that, well, in The Witcher 1 he kinda looked more like, you know, a Witcher, very grim, very pale, very dark. And even in The Witcher 4, if he appears, he will probably look much older. I mean, good thing about The Witchers is they tend to live long. They also want this game to be for new players as well as old ones, especially people who never played their games. We want to aim for new players, the wider audience, and also the people that know the franchise but who maybe do not play our games. There is also a question of voice actress for Ciri. I couldn't find it anywhere if they kept Joe Wyatt from the previous game or they went with someone new. I mean, it would be logical for Joe to continue this unless maybe she had scheduling issues or something else happened. I mean, to me the voice sounds like hers in a sense, but more gruff and, well, older to fit the character. But of course, what do you think about all of this? Just keep it civil down there in the comments. If you want to have constructive criticisms, have them, but let's not go unhinged here. CDPR also released the breakdown of the trailer with Sebastian Kalemba, the director of The Witcher 4, where he talks more about her decisions there. So Ciri actually used the girl in some sense because, well, that girl Miona had to go to that cave to chant those words so that the monster would actually appear. And also keep in mind that the chain she was using in the trailer wasn't imbued by Igni, but rather than magic, being that, well, Ciri is a sorceress here and she is able to wield those elements to her favor. So that's also one of the gameplay elements we're going to see now, because Geralt was not able to do that, but Ciri will.
Ciri is one of these characters that, you know, the sentence that if there is less evil, lesser evil, I rather to not choose at all. Ciri will always choose. When it comes to the happiness, the moments that she was really happy about her life, it was in Kaer Morhen, among the other Witchers. For good and for bad, she wants to become a Witcher. In the word become, there is a journey, and I want people to experience this journey.
And also it does seem that the way he speaks about the chain utility in the game is that we will be able to use it. Also, this quest is going to be available in the game and we will be able to save this girl, so we're gonna be seeing those decisions once we play the game, but I'm pretty sure that even if we save her, something worse might happen. But at least it's not going to be the same fate like with Jackie in Cyberpunk 2077. I will leave a link to that video down below so you can check it out for yourself because it's really good. For the end, I want to touch on the gameplay mechanics here, being that devs expanded the approach you would have in missions or quests, like in Cyberpunk for example, going loud or with stealth, which weapons you will use and so on. So I'm thinking there might be something similar to that here, where we must use some utilities and tools, you know, for different monsters, or maybe we have to do some special preparation for them. Potions will play a role in this game as well, but in The Witcher 3 we were switching those potions and concoctions very fast, even mid-gameplay, but I wouldn't mind a proper preparation with some potions that we have to properly make or meditate on. And I would love to see the hood mechanic, for example, because she does have one in the trailer where maybe we can remove it and put it on in game. That was always a missed opportunity for Geralt to have. And with this I pretty much covered all of the new info we have so far. As always, I will report on more news and information as it starts coming out, so if you enjoyed this video consider liking and subscribing for more. Check us out on Twitter and Discord, and as always, stay classy and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye.